EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
53, ready.
Now it's Stafford. This one complete to Scott Miller. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it third down. Well, this defense for the Cards, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, red. Hey, 70.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On first down, Stafford here. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. To throw again on second down. Stafford. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now.
Touchdown, Rams! Cam Akers His first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. First carry for James Conner. There he goes left side. He's at the 40, the 20, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 64 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Set. Real right, 22.
Throwing is Stafford. Going up top for Miller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down at Stafford. Forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the Rams at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Scotty Miller. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Stafford being chased out left. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Maurice Hurst able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable now for Allen. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Berrios. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, give me your radar. Middle, let's go.
Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. That'll be complete to Breida. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Stafford now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Stafford rolling to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Santos' kick is up and through, and now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Middle. 21.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Allen. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Back to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. Uses the stiff arm. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Stafford. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football he can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Breida, he'll try the right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll fake it. Now Stafford steps away. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's a handoff left side to Breida. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Matt Breida, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second and 4. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Room here to run. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Getting in there and finishing the play off was Myjai Sanders.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Miller.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Here's Johnson with a reception. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Stafford.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Zebra!
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Hey, 53, hey. Real line, 22.
Now it's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. David Montgomery, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Santos with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congrats.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Cards are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the
down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Cardinals are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cards, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.